Hello YouTube! Welcome in. We're hanging out with some Death Battle, and we're going to see the Aang versus the Traveler. The Avatar versus the Traveler. Okay. First of all, predictions. Before we get into predictions, Traveler wins. Why? I love Aang. Aang is best boy. Avatar is the most goated show of all generations so far. Like, it is one of the greatest cartoons that have come out in a long time, and puts everything that's coming out today to shame, including its own stuff coming out. Anyway, I've only played a little bit of Genshin Impact, but here's the problem. Genshin Impact has anime logic to it, for one, and two, where he has to kind of switch his elements from one place to another. I think the stuff he does is a little bit more grandiose than what Aang can do. So, anyway, let's find out. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm hoping to be wrong. This is another one where I'm very hopeful I'm wrong, and that it's actually going to be Aang who comes out on top of this. But yeah, I worry for my boy. I worry for my boy. Oh, look at this animation they're going for! Holy crap, I'm so excited! So excited.
Aang the Avatar versus Aether the Traveler.
Which journeyman?
They have a name? He's got a name? I didn't know he had a name. I thought everyone just called him the Traveler.
Man will come out on top in this elemental battle.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the four nations lived in harmony, united by a master of the elements, the Avatar.
This Avatar reincarnated as different people for centuries, all with their own struggles. And man, was that true for our boy Aang.
Oh man, did he ever get the short end of the stick on the reincarnation line, did he?
At first, of course, thanks to his master and guardian, Yatso.
As a cheeky little air nomad, Aang traveled the world causing shenanigans, all while learning to control the winds with airbending.
Based on the real-life martial art Bagua Zhang, airbending is the most spiritual of the four bending styles, focusing on evading and diverting attacks through circular motions. With even the smallest movement, Aang can create tornadoes, run like the wind, and block hypersonic explosions.
The perfect style for
Less about slight movements and more like very particular movements, because it's all the actions in Avatar are based on the martial art like motions and everything like that. So like you can't just like flick your wrist and then something will explode. You have to flick your wrist in a very particular way while sliding your foot and just kind of like motioning the chi around. That's kind of the idea. It's not so much you do whatever the hell you want, and whatever the hell you want happens. You have to do specific things. Yeah.
a twinkle toad.
All right. Name: Avatar Aang. Oh yeah, he doesn't have a last name. Monks don't get that. Age: 112. Biologically, 12. Height: 4'6", 137 centimeters. Honestly, not too bad for a 12-year-old. Air Nomad of the Southern Air Temple. Co-founder of the United Republic of Nations. Master of penguin sledding and koi surfing. True.
Goofball like Aang. He even invented his own technique, the air scooter.
Yeah.
Not fall off that thing.
Add in a glider staff for flight, and the sky was the limit. But you know how it goes. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
There it is.
Conquest spread, war was inevitable, and Aang was the only one who could save the world.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch!
he wasn't happy with all that, and being forcibly separated from Gyatso. He was just a kid, so he froze up. Like, literally, he accidentally froze himself and his adorable Sky Bison Appa for 100 years.
Until he was awakened by the Water Tribe siblings Katara and Sokka. Time wasn't kind to Aang's people. With no avatar to keep balance, the Airbenders, Aang's entire culture, were wiped out by the Fire Nation.
God,
Whoopsie daisies! Yeah. The unfortunately, the Air Temple really fucked the goose on that one. They put way too much pressure on Aang way too early, and I fully understand why. It was like, this is a situation of like natural nation disruption. the Fire Nation's kind of going a little overkill, and they're being a little heavy-handed with what they're doing. And they're we need to unite the nations. So let's get this 12-year-old to go and fix that issue. Yeah, no, that's not how that, nope. In that situation, they should have, gone out and actually formed alliances with the other two nations so that they can confront the Fire Nation and be like, hey, and now it's 3 against 1. Let's call them our shit. How about? Sound like a plan? Sound like a good idea? But no. Everyone had to be by themselves unless the Avatar was the one uniting everything, right?
That's rough, buddy. But Aang took the wake-up call to heart.
As the Avatar, it's Aang's duty to understand the world's people, learning their cultures, their sadness, joy, and humanity.
And what better way to do that than learning how they kick ass?
From the Northern Water Tribe and his twin crush, Aang learned waterbending. Themed around fluid Tai Chi movements, this style controls liquid in all forms to freeze targets, create water whips, and even cut through steel.
Learning earthbending was way tougher, but Aang's friend Toph taught him to stop being a wimpy pushover. Now he can armor himself in stone, move the terrain of entire cities, and fight blind with a sonar-style seismic sense.
Earthbending is themed around the steady stances of Hung Quan Kung Fu, waiting for the right moment.
Hey, back that shit up. Airbending, aeroscooter, increased mobility, tornadoes, spiritual projection, waterbending, ice manipulation, octopus form, water spouts, water whip, earthbending, earth armor, rock throwing, seismic sense, tunneling, firebending, dancing dragon form, heat control, fire stream, and lightning redirection, and then energy bending. Oh, that's right, he can do the spiritual stuff. That's actually a really good point. Like, just like the, Traveler can't technically do all 4 of his things at once, neither can Aang, because in order for him to go from, like, airbending to firebending, he has to, like, switch up his entire stance and everything that he's doing at that moment, and get into a different headspace of, like, fighting style, and then switch back over to earthbending, and then suddenly he's doing kung fu, then go back over to waterbending, and now he's doing tai chi. Like, they're not exactly, like, super compatible in, like, how they work. Waterbending and airbending seem to mesh really well, but just like earthbending and firebending could probably mesh rather well, but once you start going from air to fire, that's when things get a little tricksy.
Sense.
Earthbending is themed around the steady stances of Hung Quan Kung Fu, waiting for the right moment to strike head on.
There was a lot to learn, but even with the world at stake and this moody hothead on his tail, Aang had fun doing it. Who could...
I need to make more reactionary pictures of my character. This needs to be one of them, just like...
Who could forget the adventures penguin sledding, going through the bending bayous, and living in Ba Sing Se, the city where no wars ever happen.
Yet across
There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Yeah.
his journey, one power eluded Aang, the Avatar state, an enhanced mode of being that came to him in moments of peril.
Sure, if Aang dies in it, the Avatar cycle ends permanently, but who cares when it gives you enough power to wipe out a whole Navy fleet?
Come
Valid.
on, Boomstick. The Avatar
Who the fuck are you? Who are you?
state is more than just a power amp.
Jocelyn, how long have you been standing there?
I've been here the whole time. I lurk where all Avatar talk is. Through the cosmic power of the Avatars before him and the ancient spirit Rava, Aang gains the knowledge and experience of all previous Avatars.
The Avatar cycle dates back to approximately 10,000 years. Oh, wow.
Greatly expanding his bending options. Lava bending from Avatar Roku, sonic shouts.
Thank you, Avatar Yang Shen said as he took the paper from him. You might want to cover your ears now. I've been told I can scream pretty loud. Spirits above, she wasn't kidding. The Avatar airbending power cry hurt Kavak's ears through his palms and snuffed the oil lamp's wick out. The force of her lungs hit him in waves like a roar from a tigerdillo. Jesus.
From Avatar Yang Chen, and even more are theoretically available to him through their memories.
Oh, I get it. You can't just grind your way to controlling the Avatar state.
Right. If Aang wanted to stop Fire Lord Ozai, he needed something else.
He needed onion banana juice.
Ugh, yeah, technically, I suppose. Gross.
Cosmic Power Boost, Spiritual Communion, Enhanced Bending, Collective Knowledge of all past avatars, access to unique bending from past avatars. Iridescent fire, internal freezing, lava bend. Oh, the internal freezing is what froze him for 100 years. Neat. Lava bending, lightning generation, sonic shouts, golem form.
Specifically, Aang sought the guidance of Guru Patek. Mastering his power meant clearing his chakras, emptying his mind of earthly attachments. Seems simple, but this also meant rejecting his feelings for Katara, the person he loved most.
When he had to choose between the world or the girl, Aang followed his heart, and it didn't end well.
He got better. Aang was determined to understand the world's people, even the enemy Fire Nation. Something he accomplished thanks to the redeemed Prince Zuko, the Sun Warriors,
And these two honking dragons!
Hell yeah. That's actually something that people don't fully understand nowadays, I've been noticing, is that in order to grow and in order to actually, like, be able to put your own best foot forward when it comes to, like, peace talks and convincing others, like, hey, my way has some good points to it, you do actually have to put yourself in the shoes of other people. You can't just denounce every word that another side says. You have to actually, like, listen to both sides. It's something that's very important. And Aang knew this. This is why he went and he actually, formed friendships and joined in with the Fire Nation. He was scared of fire at this point. He was, like, fully scared of being a firebender, period, because, like, that shit's scary. It's dangerous. And he hurt Katara, if I remember correctly, with it, which, once again, as a 12-year-old and your crush getting hurt because of your own stupid actions, obviously that's going to terrify you from wanting to do something. But regardless of that, Aang knew that the only way he could actually, like, form peace was to put himself in the shoes of his enemy.
Aang was scared of firebending.
There it
But
is.
It's totally awesome. It's not just about burning and blowing shit up. Okay, well it is, but there's so much more to it.
formed from the explosive movements of Shaolin Kung Fu, firebending controls all manner of heat. And through the teachings of fire and water, he can redirect lightning bending, a burst of atmospheric discharge shot at over 200,000 miles per hour.
It's lightning. Of course, it's fast. Also, back to what I was saying before. I think it was right around here.
And through the teachings of
Yeah, so watch the animation for this style here. They have the one arm up. He's got the other arm at an angle there, and comes down. He does like a little movement, and that's kind of like him pushing the chi down and up, sort of idea before. Oh, that's why. Like, what the hell? What the hell's going on? Why can't I move it? And then he's able to then redirect the lightning. That's the idea of it. It's not so much point at the lightning and then point another way and then boom, it's done. No, you have to actually, like, direct the energy and the flow of everything in a very specific way, or else you're going to blow the fuck up, probably. Or nothing's just going to happen.
he can redirect lightning bending, a burst of atmospheric discharge shot at over 200,000 miles per hour.
Iroh, the best uncle ever, used his techniques
Best man ever, Jesus.
to redirect natural lightning. So, it's the real deal. Not crazy enough? At his peak, Aang surpassed benders who could throw buildings, melt stone, and hold up this gigantic library solo. Whooping Ozai's butt should be no problem, right?
Not exactly. You see, the air nomads were pacifists who believed in the value of life above all. Being the last airbender, Aang didn't think his people were truly gone unless he went back on their teachings, meaning he really didn't want to kill Ozai.
So, what?
Which, understandable. Yeah?
He's just a coward now?
No.
Mr. Firelord is about to burn down the entire Earth Kingdom.
Not at all. Are you even listening? Aang was simply at odds with what he wanted and what the world expected, so he needed to make a choice.
Right. In his greatest challenge yet, Aang discovered his true self, making his spirit unbendable and finally mastering the Avatar state.
Making him as strong as avatars who could cause hurricanes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions.
Or in Avatar Kyoshi's case, a new island. As in, she broke off nearly 30 square miles of a peninsula to form a new landmass. But to defeat Ozai, Aang needed one final element, something few avatars had bent before: energy bending.
Not the easiest thing to do, but Aang totally overwhelmed Ozai, severing the tyrant's connection to fire and stopping his invasion, all while keeping his no-kill run intact. The ultimate FU to this warlord's ideology.
Now that the
Problem is that technically in that sense, like, Ozai screwed his entire reign over completely. Like, the only reason why he was in power was because of his own natural charisma, his bloodline, and his overwhelming ability with firebending, yeah? However, in a lot of situations, like, he would still be able to move his entire nation in the direction that he's wanting, especially being like, the Avatar stole my fire. He ruined my life and all that, and he will do the same to you, and blah, 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 blah. Like, technically speaking, that could happen. But thankfully, Ozai did the dumb. Ozai did a real big dumb. And it was very easy for them to be able to topple that down and put Zuko in charge. Youngest airbending master wiped out a naval fleet, caught an explosion with airbending, redirected lightning from Ozai, lifted columns weighing thousands of tons. Oh, that's with bending. Defeated Fire Lord Ozai, Azula, Zuko, Leon, and Yakon. Ooh, pardon me, Yakon.
Fire Nation had cooled off, Aang led a new era of peace with the United Republic of Nations, a place where all people could prosper, and where a new generation and a new avatar would take the reins.
He even got hitched with Katara.
Hey.
Take that, Zutara shippers!
I will end you.
For all his doubts, Aang fulfilled the
Does she say, I will end you to the Zutara shippers, or to Boomstick for giving her shit for being a Zutara shipper? I don't know.
Avatar's destiny and then some, and he did it in a way that was true to who he was.
Because before being the Avatar, or even an airbender, the greatest thing he could ever be was himself. All in a day's work for a free, fun-loving kid.
When I was younger, I was Aang and Katara shipper for sure, but I also definitely saw something between Aang and Toph in a few times. But I had no issues with Aang and Katara. Period. Hey, fight me.
The battle is coming up thanks to this episode's sponsor, DraftKings Casino.
Big news from the casino! Lightning Link is available online for the first time ever, right on DraftKings Casino.
If you're new, you can play $5 and get 1,000 spins, including 500 Lightning Link spins. Doing the math on that, that's 50 spins per day for the first 20 days.
Strike now to claim your offer. Download the DraftKings Casino app and sign up with code BATTLE, then spin Lightning Link high stakes anywhere, anytime.
The crown is yours, in partnership with DraftKings Casino.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia only. Void in Canada. Eligibility restrictions apply. Non-withdrawable spins issued as 50 spins per day for 20 days. Valid for select games only and expire each day after 24 hours. Spins values vary. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends August 23rd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
I'm not a fan of gambling, so it's hard to have a gambling problem if you don't gamble. That being said, there's a lot of video games that are gambling without being gambling. Pokemon card packs, that's gambling. Running gacha spins in Genshin Impact, that's gambling. I guess that's why they didn't have a problem doing a gambling segment in this. Guys, be smart with your money. Be smart with your money. If you're unable to afford doing certain things, or if you're having issues, affording a half-decent meal a few times a month, and yet you're still buying Magic cards, Warhammer 40k figures, paints, supplies for art, or, you're doing some gacha spins in a video game, maybe might need to think about you might having a problem. Just as a thought. But, I'm not your parent. Just, be safe out there. Be good to yourself. Mm-hmm.
Add extra barbecue sauce.
Ad Astra Abasask. Welcome to Tevat, a mysterious land governed by godly archons that drew the eye of someone beyond the stars. Aether.
Didn't they have to go here forcibly? Like they weren't intending to come here, but they were in the middle of a big battle sort of thing. I don't know the story of Genshin.
AKA the Traveler, who escaped his dying world with his sister Lumine in search of the flowers that bloomed on their lost home. Only
I see. Name, Aether. Age, thousands. Just thousands. Constellation? Constellation. Viator. Member of the Adventurers Guild. Affiliation, Knights of Phaenis, Benny's Adventuring Team, Watatsumi Army, Blazing Beast, Legions of Soul Blazers, and Nightmare Orioles.
to crash land, awaken to an apocalypse, and get cubed by this jerk.
Separated from his sister, Aether awoke,
Get cubed, nerd.
again, in a new, less apocalyptic age, and fished up his own pathetic pet pixie, Paimon.
Yeah, she makes for good emergency food. With it,
Wait, what did that say? No, not everything is emergency food. Nom 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 nom.
with his new guide, Traveler to the windy country of Mondstadt to find his link to the past, but got a Breath of the Wild glider instead.
And his first element, Animo, letting him make air slashes, tornadoes, and of course,
Windblade! But
Hell
guess
yeah.
what? Traveler wasn't the only one with a power like this. Teyvat was full of blessed.
Oh, hey, back that shit up. The Vision, or the God's Eye, appears like a glass orb and is used by the by its wielders as proof of their god's recognition. Huh.
People wielding these relic things called visions.
vision bearers can imbue their weapons and bodies with elemental power, summon items, and use a special, well, vision to perceive the elements around them.
Normally, they're limited to a single element, but Traveler is just built different. Through Paimon's
Of course.
guidance, he began collecting elements from mysterious statues across Teyvat.
Elemental resonation. Anima, Geo, Electro, Dendra, Hydro, Pyro, Phlogiston, Kuvaki? Oh, he's actually got more elements than Aang does, technically. Well, Aang probably technically has these as well, just like they're offshoots of other bending. Abyssal Purification, Elemental Reactions, Elemental Sight, Item Summoning, Night Soul's Blessing, Teleportation, Asarian Indwelling, Spirit Breath, Thorn. Xenochromatic abilities. Jeez, what are these fucking words? Oh my goodness.
No vision relic needed for him.
Each nation had a new culture, a new element, a new crisis.
And new character banners. When asked to play
Let's
a
go.
sleuth for a murder case in Liyue, Traveler wasn't interested. A corpse couldn't tell him where his sis was, but he was roped in anyway and got the Geo ability to form rock constructs and eruptions of Earth.
When Aether ventured to Inazuma, he didn't care about its war with the Vision Bearers and their Archon either, until he saw the suffering caused by its tyrannical rule.
For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition. Oof.
And joined the resistance with electro abilities, fighting the powers that be using electric buzzsaws, thunderblades, and lightning.
He even learned to dodge lightning. Other electro users like my wife Lisa can conjure storms. No shock when my adopted daughter Klee made explosions that raised mountains. Traveler met
This entire thing just makes me think of the Pyro from Team Fortress 2, just like, yay! Meanwhile, people are dying of explosions and everything in behind her. However, some claim to have witnessed, albeit through bleary, drunken eyes, a knight in red, leveling the entire Stormbearer Mountains. Character details, Klee.
Traveler met all kinds of people like this. You know the type. Twinks.
Yeah.
Wait, who the fuck are you now?
Teyvat has its own laws, Boomstick. Many twinks being one of them. Maybe 2 or 3 of them, actually.
Ringmaster.
Shut up, Wiz. This guy's been playing Genshin since launch.
I know everything there is to know about the Genshin meta. Either can mix elements for different reactions. Basically, big elemental combinations. Geo crystallizes materials into special barriers. Electro mixed with water stuns foes. Animo spreads elements around in swirls of destruction. Boom, 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 boom.
Like how I combine beer and gunpowder.
Don't do that.
Exactly, Boomstick. Using Dendro, Traveler can form plant life that, when mixed with water and lightning, makes homing beams. Yeah, run from that. With enough
Oh my
clever
God.
thinking and, artifact farming, you can combine anything in Genshin.
Okay, we get it. Go lose another 50-50, you whale.
I'll show you a way.
There's another 50-50.
I'll drop one on your lap next time you're not looking.
In Sumeru,
Gross.
Traveler later beats Scaramouche, an edgy catboy with multiple elements at his fingertips, all in a time loop that got repeated 168 times.
Speaking of time, Aether had control of more than just his own future. Tevet's fate fundamentally changed in ways small and grand, all through his unending willpower.
Because the Traveler was a descender, someone unbound by the land's destiny. Even this big tree that records all of the world's events had no idea he existed.
Like when he helped defy the judgment of a biblical flood in Fontaine, where he mastered Hydro for his best Cuphead impression with water bullets.
Heck,
Okay, so, but from what I'm gathering, you are actually able to use multiple different elements at once as the Traveler. So you're not just locked to using fire for a few moments and then have to do something in order to switch yourself directly over to Earth and then do something to switch yourself directly over to water. You actually have access to all of them. Okay, interesting.
Or chose not to blow up the world just because Paimon and Traveler befriended it. If that wasn't cool enough, Traveler can, unrelated, turn into a dinosaur. Hell yeah! Yo, look at him. Wonder
Yeah,
if I
baby.
can get a dinosaur on my Genshin team.
Through these legally distinct Pokemon, Aether can fly, dig through the earth, or charge foes like a Jurassic
You mean legally distinct pals?
bull. He traveled across the land, searching far and wide, and finally stopped swinging that one-star dull blade.
Instead, picking up the prototype Rancor, which he wields like a beast thanks to the Swordmaster Skirk. And
Swords, Dullblade, Amenema Kenguchi, Calamity of Eshu, Festering Desire, Harbinger of Dawn, Moonweaver's Dawn, Prototype Rancor, Sapwood Blade, Silver Sword, Skyward Blade, Sword of Dissension, Sword of Narcissan Cruz? Okay. Narcissan Cruz. Okay. Artifact Set, Gladiator, Finale, Emblem of Severed Fate, Obsidian Codex, Scroll of the Hero of Cinder City. Oh my goodness. Wind Glider, Cool Your Jet Stocky. The fuck is that? Various foods, potions, essential oils, and gadgets.
several straight days of training. What a grind set. Still, Traveler Cyst kept eluding him, choosing to hang in the shadows with these Gluminati folk.
A group from
Rude.
Conria, the nation cursed by the gods for messing with the Abyss. Unbeknownst to Aether, his sister had already traveled to Vat in a journey that mirrored his own.
And at the end, she found... Well, we don't really know. Not yet, at least. But whatever it is got her to side with the creepy villains. Lot twist!
Eventually, Aether reached
Oh.
the nation of Natlan to fight
Spoilers!
its never-ending war with the Abyss. He gained the Pyro element, learning to launch fireballs and explosions combined of flame with lightning.
He didn't just dabble in fancy pyrotechnics. By connecting with the people there, Traveler achieved Night Soul's Blessing, a power-up state fueled by primordial element juice, strong enough to make a blade of fire hundreds of feet long. Hell yeah, that's strong enough to take down the heart of the Abyss, which is on the level of 5-star waifus like Mawika and the Raiden Shogun.
An Archon who, in ages past,
This narrow, majestic rift of valley runs through the eastern part of Yashiori Island. This extraordinary site is no natural formation, but rather is the result of the fight in which the Electro Archon slayed the giant serpent. The Rift Valley is named after Musuo no Hitotachi, a testament to the Electro Archon's skilled swordsmanship. Explore Genshin Impact official site.
sliced Yashiori Island in two.
That's cool, but how about when this Venti guy threw a whole ass mountain? According to Paimon,
Wait, Venti threw an entire mountain? I once read somewhere that the Anemo Archon, Barbatos, or Venti, once used his divine power to mobilize the winds and blow the ice and snow from the face of the earth. The whole landscape of Mondstadt was changed in the process. The mountains of that age were replaced by the vast stretch of ocean we see today. Oh, still, a mountain that high? Drop it into the ocean and it still leaves... And it'll still leave a trace. Yeah, true. Jesus.
According to Paimon, Traveler can level a mountain himself.
Additionally, Aether...
Yeah, but Paimon also, doesn't know what the hell's going on half the time, but also is the information guy, can you really trust a Paimon is the question. The claim was directly compared to the strength of the Geodragon sovereign Azdaha, who Aether helped defeat.
learned how to use light energy to form a Kuvaki shield, something he used to protect the people of Nodcry by blocking a cannon blast with enough energy to obliterate a town.
Assessment. Not enough time. Emergency brake will cause internal explosion of stored Kuvaki. Damage assessment. Incalculable. Nasha Town likely to be blasted skywards. Whoops. Yeah, look, Aang's able to do some pretty incredible shit, but once again, we got anime bullshit logic going on here. I fear for my boy. I fear for my boy so much.
This was no ordinary cannon either. It also uses Kuvaki energy, so that's...
As the cannon prepares to fire, Infa races towards the tower summit, but arrives too late. A searing beam of light splits the heavens, hurtling straight for Star Sand Shoal. A searing beam of light, i.e. it moves at the speed of light.
A beam of light.
Through all his adventures, Aether had come to genuinely care for Tevat's people. Maybe one day he will reunite with his sister, but for now, he's fighting for a whole new world. His new home.
Ooh, you need a higher adventure rank for that.
Don't you worry, gang. I dumped all my savings into Primo Gems for this.
Of course he did. Always does his dailies for the guild. Saved little one from the Flame Lord's blessing. Caught a giant mechanical hand trying to crush him. Trained several days straight without rest. That's just video game logic. Shielded it down from a Kuvaki beam. Defeated Devlin, Tartaglia, Signora, Scaramouche, All-Devouring Narwhal. That's a name. Okay. Gossithoth. Is that Gossithoth or Gassithoth? And Dottore. Okay.
Can't miss when those ice guys trying to kill the Traveler inevitably warm up to him. Still got it.
Oh.
Sure.
So that's why you're broke as shit.
Aether, the journey has meaning. The birds of Tevat, the songs of its people, they are all part of it. Even if he's against the abyss itself, a new dawn is somewhere just beyond the stars.
Yeah.
In a field of flowers, Lumine too loved.
Hey. That is one thing about it, Genshin Impact. Oh my god, is the art beautiful. The art is so good.
The battle's about to start, and if you like
Yes.
Death Battle music, some of your favorite battle tracks are coming to a collectible vinyl album.
This album features 10 tracks from our independent era, created by our awesome composers Brandon Yates and Darewolf Media, like Death and Bloom from Ruby vs. Maka,
Or Requiem for a Thief from Joker vs. Giorno.
oh, can't forget Game Over from Bowser vs. Eggman.
And more. Plus, it makes a great piece of art to display around your place. Drawn up by our own anime.
Music is so fucking fire. It's so good. They cooked. They
Animation
cooked.
director Luis Cruz.
This album is only available for pre-order, so head to deathbattle.gg or click the link in the description before August 10th and pre-order a copy so you don't miss out.
And remember, Archivist and Chronicler members get a discount. That's deathbattle.gg, the home of Death Battle. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Let's go. So how long do we have on this one? It looks like
Oh!
8 minutes left of this. Oh, yeah, something like that. Gonna be a nice fight.
Windblade!
Oh, so we're just jumping into the fight. No roleplay to like try and make these guys want to actually kill each other. We're just jumping straight into the fight.
2 elements?
Baby!
Cute!
Agreed. Oh, he's gonna beat your ass. Like, the animation is so fire. They did it. They cooked with this. I'm not 100% sure about Aang's voice actor. It's a little bit too high pitched, but still works. Oh, Aang's currently using like the smoke screen in order to be able to use tremor sense in order to fight him blind. Neat.
What's going on?
Good question.
Aang goes treasure hunting for 2 minutes. Now everything is going kaboom.
Eat her! Eat her, Appa! Get her! Beat her ass! Oh, I'm eating good today. Good music, amazing animation, just a fun fight scene like that. I'm just eating this all up. This is so good.
Cool glider! Can it do this?
Well, now that he's, you know, inside your own wind tunnels, yes. Gotcha. I'll see you in 100 years, motherfucker.
Come on, Traveler. Get up. Never, ever, ever stop moving forward. Remember.
Fuck off, Paimon.
No one fights alone.
Hey! Oh my god! Oh, there we go. So, did Traveler hit the transformation first, or did Aang hit the transformation first? Hard to say. It was pretty well at the same time.
For those who came before, and those who will follow. I am Avatar Aang, the last Airbender.
Oh, so is the idea that Aang's going to turn off his powers? Because that's the only way I think that Aang is actually going to be able to do that. It's just, I'm not sure if it would technically work the same way for the Traveler. I mean, if we're mixing their universes, it would make sense for Aang to be able to interact with the same energies that give the Traveler his ability to interact with the elements as well, so maybe.
Take this!
Oh! Yeah, when it's an elemental battle, you're able to use each other's elements. Mm-hmm.
Through the heights and shallows. Through infinite dusks and dawns!
Oh! Yeah!
Way to go, Traveler. But
Fuck off, Paimon! You're a side dish.
does this mean no treasure
Eater.
Hey-o!
Yeah.
The dailies are done!
Honestly, it was a good fight. Like, that was a very fun fight. I don't think Aang could have potentially ever, even if they were in the same universe, because once again, Aang's a pacifist. And without actually, like, being able to turn off his powers and all that, and being able to actually, like, lock him down. Because, like, the main reason he was able to lock down Ozai is Ozai doesn't know earthbending, right? He could do that, he could try to do that to Aether, but Aether also was able to, you know, bend Earth. So, yeah, he wouldn't be able to actually do the thing he needs to do. Mm-hmm.
What a miss.
This was an interesting pairing, so let's break this down by power, experience, speed, and elements.
First up, power. Aang and Traveler could both change the terrain of entire cities,
Yep.
and we're way stronger than characters that can break mountains. But at their peak, they're both tearing up.
What just happened in that picture off to the right?
And we're way stronger than characters that can break mountains. But at their
That could not be comfortable to keep your sword's sheath right there. I'm sorry, but there's no way. What? Developers thinking making it so that she pulls her sword from there.
they're both tearing up islands.
Aang's avatar state made him on par with Kyoshi, who created and moved the island of Kyoshi.
Yeah.
Similarly, Night Soul's blessing let Aether contend with Archon-level foes like the Raiden Shogun, who split Yashiori Island in two.
With an attack that even Vision Bearers weaker than Traveler can block. So he's definitely on that level.
Kyoshi Island is over 6 miles wide and long. Kyoshi moved the island 17 miles offshore in 2 seconds, so we have everything we need to calculate the amount of kinetic energy this would require.
Turns out it's basically the same as cutting through Yashiori Island, about 3,000 gigatons of TNT. So their power is tied up.
Which means comparing their experience is crucial.
Aether's mastered more elements than Aang, but the Avatar state gave Aang centuries of knowledge.
With the
Well, that, and keep in mind, yes. Traveler has more elemental types, but Aang has just as many, if not more as well, because the Avatar state allows him to access the subcategories as well. So, like, for instance, there was an entire tribe that was able to bend foliage, but they even said it themselves, we're only bending the water that's within the grass and the trees in order to be able to move them, right? Or lava bending, or lightning redirection. I'm surprised they didn't use the lightning redirection at all during this entire fight. That would have been kind of cool. But that's kind of the thing with the Avatar, is that they only have 4 elements, but they have, like, more depending on how you want to, like, combine and mix and match. Whereas in Genshin, they have that as well. They just have some of those mix and matches as, like, separate elements by themselves so that they can mix and match even more things. But at the end of the day, it all gives kind of the same thing.
the memories and abilities of past avatars, Aang's kit was so extensive in a way Aether had no real answer for.
Not
True.
to mention, Aang's
Most of Aether's thousands of years were spent in stasis, while the Avatar's state grants Aang potentially 10,000 years of relevant combat knowledge. True, actually.
training was more focused. Traveler is skilled, sure, but his training was mostly just a means to finding his sister, while Aang's journey was all about mastering elements to combat other elements.
Experience narrowly goes to Aang. However, another important factor to consider is speed.
In terms of mobility, both could roughly match the other. If Traveler was immobilized with earthbending, he could just dig his way out as a dinosaur.
And Aang's airbending and glider meant he could easily counter Aether if he took flight.
But in terms of raw reaction speed, Traveler had it in the bag. Aang bending away lightning is crazy fast, but Traveler could dodge lightning much earlier in his journey, and
True.
now he can block that light-speed Kuvaki laser.
While lightning can move over 200,000 miles per hour, a beam of light can move 186,000 miles per second.
Over 3,000 times faster than Aang.
Lightspeed capability unlocked. Let's go.
Traveler takes speed by a landslide.
So this all came down to the elements. Who could turn the forces of nature against the other?
At first, I actually thought this was Aang's dub.
Aether's elemental control is remarkable, but most of his attacks are projectiles, spires, and very specific implements that Aang has bent away in the past. Aether has never shown the precision or creative flexibility that we've seen with Aang's bending.
True, actually. That's actually a very good point. It's a very good point. The difference, though, is that Aang's entire combat style is dependent on elemental, while the Traveler's entire fighting style is using the elements as, like, an addition.
Throw in the combos of elemental reactions, and the script flips. Traveler could mix not just his elements, but also Aang's in ways that Aang could not. Bending was Aang's greatest strength, but also, against Traveler, a weakness.
Because Aang usually had one or more elements around him, it gave Aether an easy access point through these combinations. When Aang used fire, Aether could use lightning to catch him in an overload. If Aang used water, Traveler's electrocharge could paralyze him, and so on.
This isn't just a gameplay thing. Genshin characters like the lovely Lisa cannot.
Elemental reactions are also mentioned by Prune in the Phantasmal Pals event quest, and her feelings about Ascension intro voiceover, so they are still canon in modern content.
Please say this is how the elements work.
And unlike Aang, Aether has fought multiple people who can use multiple elements. The longer the fight went on, the more Aether would trip Aang up with these combinations, some of which Aang could not bend.
Aang could redirect lightning, sure, but what about electro buzzsaws, or an electrified tornado, or dendroblasts of pure plant energy?
The Kavaki shield especially gave Aether a strong defense to fall back on. Since it was made of pure light, Aang had no way to remove it outside of brute force.
By comparison, Aang's wind barrier wouldn't lock
And Aang's not exactly a brute force kind of guy. If it was the next avatar, can't remember her, Korra, I mean, that was kind of more her thing with brute force, but at the same time, like, yeah, not particularly something they could potentially do.
Traveler's elements. It would actually merge with them and create more combos that would target Aang himself. Not a great situation to be in.
And since Aether's powers came from external earthly sources, like those statues, Aang could not depower him with energy bending, even if he theoretically overcame Aether's willpower.
Willpower that is strong enough to alter the fate of the entire world. Sorry, Aang, but elements goes to the Traveler. Tension is victory. Either way you cut it, he was in his element.
The winner is the Traveler Aether.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, there's still a few seconds left.
Okay, I'm ready for my
Who the fuck are you?
cameo. Oh.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Who are you?
Time on Death Battle.
Oh, right. What are we up for next? What's happening? Finn vs. Flint. Sharknado versus Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Wait, what? That was a thing? Oh, this was a Death Battle cast. Okay. Obviously, Sharknado wins. Okay, what is this? What am I looking at? Brick by... Wait, Ninjago? Oh! Kai versus... Ninjago versus Bionicle. Okay, this is a goofy one. That's gonna be a goofy one. Alright, fair enough. Okay, everybody, be interested in that. I'm not sure if I'm too terribly interested in it myself, but I might check it out still. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, check out the original video if you haven't already. And if you haven't, I mean, what are you doing with yourself? Why are you watching reacts first? And, yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, and, bye-bye. Hey, did you enjoy that? Was it funny? Well, come and check it out live over at twitch.tv/freeform_art. Make sure you put the _art. We have lots of fun there. We enjoy ourselves, and we want to see you over there. So come on and hang out. See you in a bit.